Okay, so I initially wasn't going to talk about this episode, but I figured after watching it, sometimes after these I don't think I'm going to review them. Going into this, I'm like, I'm not going to review this one. Isn't like, well, I watched this one and it made me think. I watched the review for it. The other guys I'm watching. And I'm like, you know what? I should talk about this. This episode, it's called Wrong Number. And it stars Debbie Ryan, who you may know from the Disney Channel in shows like Sweet Life on Deck or Hey Jesse! Ooh! She plays a bitch. Basically one of those bitchy teenage girls who is mean to everyone and has that one friend who's by her even though she's also mean to that friend. She plays that girl. Her name is Stephanie with an I. Stephanie with an I. But, so, we see from the start of this that she's a bitch to this goth girl by bumping into her and like she doesn't care. And then she goes home and she's sitting there with her friend and a song comes on. This really made me roll my eyes. And she's like, oh my god, I love this song. It's like my favorite song. She turns it up, blasts it. It's her song. Like, it's Debbie Ryan's song. I was listening and I go, that's her singing. I'm like, oh my god. Like, did they write that into the episode? Did they, say, oh, she's like, oh, I got a song we can put in. And then they absolutely had to make it like it's her favorite song ever. We got this lady next door, Mrs. Velazovich, who lives next door, who I believe was the creepy old lady from the Nightmare Room episode, My Name is Evil. Well, at least the disguise, because we found out it's the Aunt Zelda from Sabrina the Teenage Witch in that one. I don't know. But here, she's next door, she speaks broken English, and she, she's telling them to keep it down, be quiet, turn off music. Like, they can hear it through the freaking... And this comes back into play. She can hear the music through the walls. Now, she's in high school, and apparently her being alone in her apartment all the time is explained by her dad working late at night. That's what it is. That's what it is. But it doesn't make any sense. Like, the next day, so she harasses this woman, doing prank phone calls, and she won't stop. And then the next, she's like, I will make you a good girl. And then the next day, she's dead. Like, there's these people, she goes to leave, and oh my god, she calls her friend. Oh my god, Taylor, you gotta come over, right now. And so she has her friend come over so they can see what's going on. And she's like, there are paramedics here. And she must be fucking stupid. Because even her friend's like, those are morgue workers. Those people are from the morgue. And so they wheeling out, and she's like, oh my god, you know what this means? And she's like, yeah, Mrs. Blazovich is dead. She goes, and Stephanie goes, no, I need to make myself look better so I can hit on that guy. I'm like, what? So she goes in, she gets her hair better and stuff, hit on this guy. Keep in mind, Debbie Ryan was probably in her 20s at this point, her early 20s. Her character is supposed to be in high school, and she's hitting on a morgue worker who's probably in his 30s. And she does this while leaning on the dead corpse of the woman that just died. If there was ever a character you wanted to see get choked out, it's this girl, okay? So, after this, she starts to get strange text messages in broken English. And she threatening her, and she's like, oh, it's probably that morgue guy. I gave him my number. He's probably calling me because he wants to ask me out. They're threatening text messages. If this guy is behind it, don't think you want to go out with him if he's threatening you. So, yeah, this doesn't get any better. It's not a bad episode, but like, this character is fucking stupid, and you will find that out as I keep going here. So, that night, her and Taylor are alone in the apartment again, and she gets a strange phone calls that at first there's no one on the other line, and then there's weird sounds coming from it. So then she calls the phone back, and it rings from the other side of the apartment. Okay, now we're gonna go back. When the morgue workers showed up, they tried to listen through the walls, but they couldn't hear anything. They even tried using the whole cup to the ear thing. Couldn't hear anything. Yet Mr. Velasquez could hear the music through the wall, and they could hear the phone ringing. By the way, there seems to be so the guy I was watching to review this claims that Stephanie called her Mrs. Velaz a bitch, which I don't think that's what it was. I think she just, Mrs. Velaz a bitch, like that. I don't think it's a bitch, because he put it on and over again, and I kept hearing the "va," but I don't know. It's a kid's show. Why would they even say, I don't know. Anyway, so they decide to go into the apartment. Yeah, breaking and entering. Not really, because apparently her dad has a key, because apparently they're friends. Well, then why wasn't this lady telling her dad? You never really see her dad, and it seems like the door to the apartment is in her room? I don't know. Sometimes it is, and sometimes it isn't. Like, one time, when the lady knocks at the beginning of the episode, the door is right directly by her room. And then later in the episode, she opens the door to her room, and it goes out into the apartment, and then across the way to her bathroom. What? You can't just change the anatomy of an apartment like that. It makes no sense. Anyway, so they go over to the apartment and start looking around. And as soon as they go in, because the lady was on a oxygen tank, you can hear her coughing. And they just kind of stand there. Like, you didn't hear that? I could hear that. And I got a bad ear. I could hear that. So they go snooping around. And they go into the bedroom, and they find lit candles. Somebody had to be there lighting the candles. And then, because the morgue guys would have, put those out. And so then, inside a little wardrobe thing, she finds her barrette, her butterfly barrette, whatever it is, that Mrs. Velazquez pulled out of her hair when they got into it the other night. She tries to open the thing, but then she hears the cough again, and they run out. So the next day at school, they decide to go to the little goth girl that they picked on, and because Stephanie decides, because she's goth, that automatically means she's a witch. And that she knows a way to get rid of evil spirits because she's a witch, apparently. So she redirects them to her uncle Constantine. Constantine. Yes, I know what you're thinking, but it wasn't Matt Ryan, unfortunately. Constantine. Who knows about magics and stuff? Constantine. Anyway, so he gives them this herb that smells like feet, apparently, and says it will keep the ghost away. But this doesn't work, and from this point on, it's very, very obvious something is going on, but they just don't fucking get it. At least Stephanie never lets anyone else figure this out. So they push this stuff around, the whole place smells like feet. And as soon as they do this, the ghost of Mr. Vlahovic shows up and comes after them. And right there, it's very apparent that they were set up. But they couldn't have done it in their fucking heads. They run, like I said, out of the room, which that door was originally connected, to the outside of the apartment. Now she's opening the door and going, because before, in one of the first scenes, when the lady's telling her to be quiet, she opens that door and Mrs. Vlahovic is right outside the door. Now she opens it and she runs into the bathroom, which is in the same apartment unit apparently. And then they lock the door and Mrs. Vlahovic sends terrible CGI spiders. Or at least they're superimposed onto... They look terrible. If they're real, they're superimposed onto something that's CGI, green screen or something. And they're like, oh, they grow bigger, and there's just the camera zoomed in closer. And so then they decide to make a plan. They throw a towel down and start stomping on it. And then Stephanie takes the shower curtain and says, okay, open the door. Opens the door and tackles Mrs. Vlahovic. And it works. She's a fucking ghost. She's supposed to go through her. Now this is more towards the writers. Whose fucking idea was it for her to actually be able to tackle a ghost? If she gets right up right afterwards, but she's supposed to be a ghost. We see her poof out of the little jar. She's a ghost. You cannot tackle the ghost. It's absolutely fucking stupid. You cannot tackle a ghost. You can't. You go right through it. Right through it. Anyway, we're not done yet. There's more stupidity on the way, people. More stupidity on the way, people. So, Mr. Vlahovic has magically locked the door to the apartment. And now she has Stephanie's cell phone, which they showed earlier, she threw away because when she was in class, she got another creepy text message. And when she went to do something about it, Spider showed up, so she threw her phone away, and then she threw her friend's phone away for some odd reason. And so Mrs. Vlahovic has the phone. Again, ghost. And so they, she's like, I want apology. So Taylor apologizes, and she's sincere. Throughout the episode, we find out she's not as bad of a person as Stephanie is. But it's her friend. She's sticking by her friend, Loyalty. But, so then, Stephanie starts acting like she's apologizing. And then she's like, yeah, whatever. And Taylor's like, Stephanie, be nice. I am being nice. So the door opens. Before she even leaves, she turns around, she goes, it's just her fault that she's a ugly old hag. And the door snaps shut. And I'm going, you were right there. All you had to do was walk out. You were in the clear. But your bitchy little ways wouldn't let you do it. You just had to get the last word in, didn't you? And then she's trapped on a video in her own cell phone. And Taylor's allowed to go free because she's not like Stephanie. And then we see the ghost of Mrs. Vlahovic, ghost by the way, send the video to her niece, who was the goth girl. And this is where it's revealed it was all set up. And then she deletes the video, which means Stephanie is pretty much dead. So what we have for conclusions here? Well, she got what she deserved. And, unlike most of these Hunting Hour episodes, the person we follow isn't actually the protagonist. The protagonists are Mr. Vlahovic, Uncle Constantine, and the goth girl. They're the protagonists. Taylor, maybe. But we're following the antagonist. We're following the villain of this episode. It's a little bit different. It's very annoying because she had the chance to change her ways. She doesn't learn a lesson here. Maybe she does. I don't know. She's trapped in a cell phone video that gets deleted. She's probably dead. But there is some confusion. Like, Mrs. Vlahovic is dead, right? She's a ghost. How is she able to be tackled? How do they put her in a cell phone? How do they put Stephanie in a cell phone? It makes no sense. But it's still a good episode. It's a good episode. Next we're going to cover another classic episode. One of the ones that people point out. You can say Dead Bodies. the Lily D one at the beginning. The people do, oh, when you say hunting hour. This is one of them. Catching Cold. That's the next one with the little fat kid from Dario. We have a wimpy kid. Yeah, we have Fregley. Now we got the fat kid. And then I think Zachary Gordon is even in an episode long down the way sometime. But yeah, so stay tuned for that one. Until then, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Tell me your thoughts on this episode because I really want to know the wrong number, not Catching Cold. That's the next one. Let me know what you think of the wrong number. Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty. See you in the next one. Fingers go around.